Hello and welcome back to Megan TT Hobbies. This is part number, I don't know, 3. It's still here. You can see the time, maybe. Let me see. Whoop. There you go. It's still the evening of May 5th. So let's get some more points for Team 80s. This has been fun, and I have sent out way too many. Pat Rooney. But, like, if you wonder, man, when do you send these all out? When I'm sitting there watching TV, I'm just not watching TV. I am doing something generally autograph related. Here's some Mark Ambrose on some 88 minor league cards. You might have remembered seeing some of those come in. He also sent an awesome note to us. So I'm like addressing envelopes, writing letters, getting the cards ready or the self-addressed stamped envelopes. I am just not sitting there. It's kind of a joke because I have to go back and watch something. Steve Balboni signed one of 2, so on the 88 tops. That's nice still. Just a couple weeks. So that's the majority of when I get mine done. Also, one of the days that I don't work, I spend a fair amount of time on it, but this is just kind of one of my big hobbies right now. Like I said, while I'm watching some TV, Wally Ritchie on a 87 traded. I random questions that I can talk about or give info. I use labels on my self-addressed stamped envelopes, and then so I put my address in both spots. I know some people don't put it in the return. I put it in both spots because you never know what's going to happen. But I use labels for that I just print at home. I use labels in the return address on a request. 3 from Colts, Robbie Martin. I don't think I've gotten him back during this contest. What other tips? I get envelopes from Amazon by the box, the business envelopes, and then the smaller ones. This is an awesome return. Scott McGregor, 87 tops, 83 Donruss, and on a couple of team cards. I've been inspired by a few of y'all that have sent these team cards out and then gotten them signed by multiple people. I think that's really awesome, so I'm going to try to do that. Mike Woodson, who's actually the coach at Indiana University, so I've seen a few folks get him back, so he must be catching up some after the season was over. This is a 89-90 Fleer. I sent out in mid-February, so kind of still in the middle of the season. That was nice for him to return. On the Wichita, Greg Brummett. I should say the Wichita State set. Coming in with some football, Mr. Curtis Green. What else? Spend a lot of money on stamps, obviously. These next 2, Mike Poel. I use Star Tiger and SEN. I would say more Star Tiger than SEN, but for some of these random minor league sets, definitely had to use a lot with SEN. Tony Nathan, he put them both to our family, so I just got to cover that up. So that's cool. My kids will enjoy seeing those. And right now, I have, the 87 set, the 85 set, the 86 set, the 84 set, maybe even a couple of 83 sets that I've picked up recently, in baseball. So really trying to do a bunch of those. Charles Hudson on both the traded and the regular. I don't think I've actually ever got him before. I sent to him in December. It came back in March. Nice 85, so nice little run there. 86 is the first set that I started with as a kid. Neil O'Donoghue on a nice 1980 Topps football. And I would say 86 baseball. Roy Foster. I swear, I don't know if this is like a stamp or crayon or what, but it is something different. So, if you've gotten him back lately, maybe you have some info on that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that is on there. 81 of Dave Lemensky. But then I found some 75s to send him. If you haven't seen it, this is the set that they're using on Heritage cards this year. I have to say, I am a fan. I have weirdly become a fan of that set. That was obviously before I was even born, so definitely before I was collecting, but it's cool to see. Kurt Sowen, 86 Topps. Jack Lazarco, 85, 88, and 89. This is from Don Hasselbeck. So that was cool, but then to sign that, that's even cooler. So again, this would be a cool one to add some folks to. But I was trying to do, if I only had one, what's that, 80? Yep. Then I tried to find some of these to send along as well that were applicable for guys who were on teams that won that Super Bowl. Casey Webster. Random minor league sets I got from the 80s. That one's 88. Alan Pinkett. This is awesome. I remember him playing. Two very nicely from him. That took, because that was set back in January, so that took a few months. 86 Topps. Bob Thomas. I love how luckily on one of these, he put Romans 5:8. One of my favorite teams, Scott Clemmo, signed the 87 Indianapolis Indians minor league card. Who knows? I might have even been there for that game when they took that photo. Mr. D.D. Lewis. I think I might have asked for the inscription 2-time Super Bowl champs, but then he put it on both of those. So cool. This is from a trainer, Dave Walwork, who is a trainer therapy person still. Sent me like his business card, wrote a little thing. So I think that counts because it's from a sports set, but Caleb will let me know for sure. Hersey Hawkins. So that's awesome. Remember watching him play. Got a little bit in there for the 80s. Another awesome one. My absolute favorite IndyCar driver, Mr. Rick Mears, in the middle there. Because I think that means, I think he was pole. And then Danny Sullivan, Michael Andretti. This one I should be able to get in person. That one would be a little bit harder, and he's signed some, but he's a little miss sometimes. But actually I got 2 of those, so I might try one. Because really, you can't find Danny Sullivan really there for anything IndyCar anymore, so maybe I'll send him a note and be like, hey, I've got this card, can you sign it? Jimmy Key. Because I got Danny Sullivan a while ago, but I feel like he might have not been as consistent recently. I'll have to take a look. Jimmy Key on the 85 and the 87. Maybe with a small donation. Who else we got? Last two before I go on to the next one. Mark Bernard, definitely getting very shaky, but signed very nicely there. He's only born in 1955, so. Last one for this one, two coming in from the awesome Randy Cross. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to make at least one more, if not two more, to get all caught up. Thanks for watching.